So in today's video, we are going to learn how we can create a timeline slicer in Microsoft Excel. A timeline slicer is a very powerful tool in Excel which helps to uh, filter data and do a visualization. So to start with, we have a data in our table. We are going to use this sample data so that I can show you a step by step on how you can create a timeline slicer. So what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and first highlight the all information in my table. After highlighting, I'll go in the ribbon of the tab and then I'll select insert. When you select insert, you get one of the tools which is called the pivot table. Go ahead and select the pivot table, and then from there you select the first option, which is the table range. Click on it, and then you get a dialog box window that will pop up in the screen. And on this window, we have two selection. One is they're asking you if you want to insert the pivot table on the new worksheet, or if you want to insert the pivot table on existing worksheet. So you can either create a new worksheet. As you come here, you see we have different sheets. So you can create a new worksheet, or you can still put your pivot table on the current sheet that you're working on. So in this case, I'm going to select the existing worksheet because I want my pivot table to appear on the same sheet I'm working on. And then you are supposed to put the location. Where do you want the pivot table to start? So you can come and say, hey, I want my pivot table to start on this cell. So meaning that when you are coming up with a table, it will start on this cell, which is F7. As you can see, under the location the cell F7 is already indicated, meaning that's where my pivot table, which is going to be table 2, is going to appear. So go ahead and press OK. So after that, now you see I have pivot table 6, and it starts with F7, and then on the other side, right side, you have another layout which contains the fields which are obtained from the main table that we used. And this field, the names, the product name, the cost, and the debt sold. So what we are going to do, because our aim is to come up with a timeline slicer, we are going to highlight each and everything in the pivot table. So when I highlight the names, all the names of the data in the table will have to appear in the pivot table. When I select the products, I will also have the products, and then I have the cost, and then I have the debt sold. So you can see all the information has now been obtained. But this is not enough. As you can see, the pivot table is not well arranged, so I have to go into the design. A design tab comes when uh, you have inserted the pivot table. You get a new tab that will appear in the ribbon of tabs. That is the design, and then pivot analysis. So I'll go ahead and select design. Then on my design, I come to subtitle, the first one, select do not show it. Then the grand total, you have to select show off the rows and columns. And so after the layout now, which is most important here, is that you are supposed to show this data in what? In a table form. So you are going to select show in tabular form. So when you click here, you will now realize that your data has been put in a table form, as you can see. So you can adjust your table so that you can be able to see the data very well. So you can see now you have your data. You can format it the way you want. It is in a pivot table. You can, it is here in the pivot table. You can filter it. You can do the sorting and each and everything. But we have not yet arrived to our main goal. Our main goal is to come up with a timeline slicer. So what we are going to do, we are going to highlight every information we have into the pivot table. After highlighting, now we shall go and use the tab which is called the pivot table analysis. Click on that tab, and then from there you go to filter. When you go to filter, when you want to insert the timeline, when you click on it, you get a warning that, hey, we can't create for you a timeline for this report because it does not have a field formatted as a date. So for us to do that, we need to get one of the field formatted as date. So what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and press OK, but I want to put a slicer. I want to insert a slicer. So I go ahead and insert the slicer, and then the slicer will be inserted. And this one, I'm going to select one which is going to work as my slicer. So I'm going to select the date. So I'll go ahead and press OK. Now when I do that, you get another window which contains the date sold. Now like this date sold is going to pick all the dates from the table, which is January up to December. Then from there, whenever I click for a certain month of the year, I can click on January, then all in my pivot table, it's only the value for January that will appear. For example, when I press January, all the rest of the information will disappear, and I will have the information for January. When I select February, I will get the information for February. When I select which one? When I select uh, March, I have the information for March. As you can see, I have March down here. I have March here. That's why you see two fields. You should not ask me why. But when I select, for example, May, May contains only one field or one row. That's why you see in the pivot table, I have only a single value. So you can always use this to select, to do filtering and select whatever thing you want. We said the timeline slicer in Microsoft Excel is a tool which helps you to do data filtration and the visualization. So after learning how to do that, so you can navigate and try to play around with your data. Otherwise, thank you very much. Let's catch up in the next video.